My name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora much chosen my people. It have been another beautiful day for a protest, and I enjoyed every moment of my protest. Let me first remind you, the front of my sign says, I don't want the white man's money, the white man's woman, the white man's friendship, and or the white man's faith. And the reverse of my sign says, white man, why have you enslaved the African American? It was another beautiful day for protests, but there is nothing particularly interesting that I should bring to your attention as it relates to my protest. And as you know, when I have protested and when I have updated you as to what transpired while I protested, it is always my pleasure and my delight to bring to you something from the word of the Most High God. My people, we are still in the book of Revelation, and we have been unveiling many wonderful truths that were hidden in plain sight. And I am so grateful and thankful that the Most High God have entrusted me with these truths. And the only reason He entrusted me with these truths is because I am unconditionally faithful to Him. We are still in the book of Revelation, and we are still in Revelation chapter 13. And we are going to deal with Revelation chapter 13, verse 6 and 7. As you would have noticed, we have been in chapter 13 of the book of Revelation for quite a while. And that is because there are so many things to unpack. So many things that people who say they understand the book of Revelation have took for granted. And so many things that they don't know and or understand. Now, let us get into Revelation chapter 13, and we're going to read verse 7 and 8. This is what it says. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. And power was given unto him over all kindreds, all tongues, nations, and all that dwells upon the earth shall worship him, whose name is not written in the book of the life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. One of the things I've never mentioned when you're studying the book of Revelation, when you read a passage of scripture, you have to ask yourself two things. One, the information that are given in this passage, have it already come to pass, or is it something that is yet to be fulfilled? We must also come to the realization that Revelation reveals truth and clarity to things that happened in the past that we don't understand. And it also reveals the mystery of the future that is yet to come. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. It was given unto him. Who is the him are they speaking about? They are speaking about the Caucasian nation, the beast that came out of the sea, that had the 7 heads, 10 horns, 10 crowns upon his horns, and the word blasphemy written upon the heads. Remember, blasphemy is disrespect for the Most High God and the things of God. So they are speaking about the Caucasian nation here. So not only did he make war with the saints, he won the war that he waged with the saints. The next question we ought to answer here is, who are the saints are they speaking about? For example, the Seventh-day Adventists claim that the saints in this passage is the members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. And I am sure that many other religions are claiming that the saints that are mentioned here are members of their church. But remember, the church is the edifice where the Romans worship their many gods. The Most High God don't deal with churches. The church is an institution of the white man that he give to the nations when he invented Christianity. He also invented Jesus, because the one that they call Jesus is not the Son of God. So the saints here, they are speaking about the Israelite nation, the direct descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And in today's world, the descendants of the children of the transatlantic slave trade. We are the sins of scriptures. If you know that the entire Bible is our story, and the way we interact with the Most High God, and the way the Most High God interacted with us based on our faithfulness or lack of faithfulness. If you can remember well, in the initial part of our study of Revelation, when we were in Revelation chapter 1, we come to realize that the seven churches is not the seven churches, but the seven churches was changed by the Caucasians to introduce and to get the church, the edifice which the Romans worship their gods, to be accepted in our worship of the Most High God. But the actual writing of John, he dealt with the seven nations that inhabited the earth when he, John, was alive. If you can remember well, in BC 331, what happened? Greece invaded Israel, and they conquered the Israelites and took us away from the Assyrians. And they waged war against us, because what they did, they tampered with the things of the Most High God and the people of the Most High God. They overcome us. We became their slaves, and we remained their slaves for almost 200 plus years, until Rome came and take over from Greece. And you have to remember carefully, in AD 70, what did Rome do? Rome put this passage of scriptures into full context, in that after they settled the uprising that the Israelites waged against Rome, what did they do? They loot the temple of the Most High God. They stole all of the furniture and all of the scriptures of the Most High God, and they shipped them back to Rome. After which, they rounded up all of the Israelites. They put them in trains. They put them on ships, and they shipped them back to Rome as slaves. It was these Israelites that built the Roman Colosseum and was responsible for building much of the historic buildings in Rome that existed prior to AD 70, when our foreparents was taken to Rome. So here, this part of the scripture came true again, where the Romans waged war against our people and overcome them, enslaved them. Remember, the gladiators of Romans history, they are not white. The gladiators are Israelite men and women, our foreparents. Not only did we build the Roman Colosseum, it was our foreparents that they put in that Colosseum to fight each other to the death. And in 1498, which marked the beginning of the transatlantic slave trade, they went to Africa and they gathered our people in Africa. You may be saying to yourself, Chief, you are confusing. If the Israelites are the children of the transatlantic slave trade, how did they end up in Africa? And why did the white men have to go to Africa to find them? Shouldn't they have gone to Israel? Remember now, in 929 AD, Israel was left abandoned. All of the Caucasians left, and all of the Israelites were made slave and shipped back to Rome. Now you may be asking, how did the Israelites get to Africa? You see, a long, long time ago before the white man came, Israel was conquered by Babylon. And when Babylon conquered Israel, a lot of the Israelites, those who were faithful to the Most High God, was given an escape route because they were not supposed to be in Babylonian captivity. And they escape and they run to Africa. There, they form a colony of Israelites. They were all black, so they fit in well. They form a colony of Israelites and they practice the things that they learned when they were a part of the Israelites nation in Israel. They had children and children upon children, and their lineage continued. When the Assyrian waged war with Babylon and take over Israel, there was another window of opportunity. That see another influx of Israelites that were not taken captive into Babylon, as Daniel, Mishael, Azariah, and the three Hebrew boys were. They ran away again. So we see another set run away again. Let me clarify something here. I said that those faithful was given a way out. And you may be asking to yourself, wasn't Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego faithful? Yes, they were faithful. But they were supposed to be the leaders of the Israelites in Babylon. You see, you cannot have too many leaders. These four young men were on the same page. That is why they were allowed to go into Babylon and establish themselves in Babylon, and they become the leaders of the Israelites in Babylon. So those Israelites that ran away when the Assyrian take over, they also form themselves in a little community and they practice the teachings of God to the best of their knowledge without the presence of the scriptures. And they too multiply and multiply. And when the Romans took over from the Greece, the same thing happened. So in 1498, when the Portuguese started the slave trade, they weren't going for Africans. They were going to Africa for the descendants of those Israelites that run away when Babylon, Assyria, Greece, and Rome conquered and were in control of Israel. And today, we are still the slaves of the white man because they are in control of all of the resources. We are living at the bottom of the ladder. There is nothing that we can do to change our situation because they have all of the guns and the armed forces. They are allowing us to function and tell us that we are free, but we are not free. That is why they are able to shoot us down. Not us, really, sorry. That's why they are able to shoot the black man down in the streets and get away with it. Because we are still their slave. And now they start this new slavery where they entice our people into homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion. And when they make us our slaves, there is no freedom from the slavery that I'm speaking about now. So Revelation chapter 13 verse 7 is continuous. It started way in the past in BC 331. It is continuing today, even in a worse state that has happened in the transatlantic slave trade. Do you remember I told you that the saints are the Israelites? Right? For those of you who don't believe, let me qualify it now. Because in Revelation chapter 13, verse 8, it speaks about, and power was given unto him over all kindreds, all tongues, and nations. So what are kindreds? Kindreds are people of the same blood lineage. like a nation. All of the Chinese can be considered kindreds. The Japanese, which are part of the Asian nation, can also become considered kindreds. The Tibetans are kindreds, but they are all one nation combined. Tongues. If you go to China, the Chinese have two official languages, Cantonese and I can't remember the second language that Chinese speaks. But what it's saying here, it's whatever language you speak, that the white man would have at some stage and time in the history of the earth would have had power over those people. The Arabs, the African, the Asians, the Arawakis, the Israelites, every one of them, no matter which language they spoke, the white man controlled them at one point in time in the history of this earth. For the Israelites, we have no excuse whatsoever for our enslavement back then and today. Because the Most High warned us even before our foreparents took up their residence through his servant Moses, as it is recorded in Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 16. He says, the enemies of the Israelites are those people who will buy you and sold you as slave. He warned us of a nation that will come with a strange appearance, a strange countenance. And he told us what they were going to do to us. But they could only do it to us if we were not faithful to him. And all those who became slaves in the transatlantic slave trade and who are becoming slaves today, they took the Most High grace, love, and mercies for granted. And they thought that they could do any old thing and get away with it. And now they end up in slavery. If you are faithful to the Most High God, then you have to exhibit the personality and the lifestyle that you know that the Most High God can protect you from anyone and from anything. And it does not matter who those ones are, whether the Caucasians or whoever. And it does not matter what the thing is, whether it is illnesses or danger. You have to live as if the Most High God is able to protect you, and he is going to show up. He is going to take care of you through every peril, through every storm, and through every danger that you will confront. Remember to like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video, let me know what are your thoughts. There are many videos like this that can be found right here. I want you to go and peruse those videos and let me know what are your thoughts about those videos. Don't forget to like or subscribe based on which social media platform you're looking at. And remember, I am Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent of the Grenadines, Spirit of the Most Hidden Son. I am the diaspora machismo. I'll talk to you soon.